In a press conference, the National Police announced the capture of a woman who tried to bring drugs into the archipelago department through her luggage.
In a press conference, the National Police announced the capture of a woman who tried to bring drugs in the archipelago department through her luggage.
At the Gustavo Rojas Pinilla International Airport, after a coordinated operation with the police at El Dorado Airport, we obtained the following result. After conducting a search, 6,500 grams of cocaine were found in the land luggage of a citizen.
The police colonel indicated that a new criminal modality is being presented on the island, which is the crime of simple kidnapping. The authorities indicated that some people have been captured for this crime.
4 captures and 1 apprehension. These captures are presented for several crimes, but the one that calls our attention the most is for a simple kidnapping. They detain this person, they gag him, they take his belongings, his motorcycle, his watch. This cannot happen on the island. Citizens should be able to walk the streets with peace of mind. But we also ask the community to provide any type of information to prevent these crimes. The robbers had a pistol-type firearm, but the reaction of the ghost team prevented a worse tragedy.
The National Police indicated that they have a special intelligence team that will be in charge of preventing the recurrence of cases of simple kidnapping.
Through its social networks, the National Attorney General has made it known that they are in the department in meeting with the departmental government and the island's racial and social leaders in order to continue listening to the community in terms of housing, plans and strategies to deal with the natural phenomenon, the state of shelters and the excessive values in relation to public services. The idea is to assess the damage and analyze the needs of the island population. It was also announced that at the moment the entities on the island are full providence. It is expected that the media will be able to obtain statements of what has been able to accomplish. And in other news, the Ministry of Health, through a statement, announced that 35% of islanders subject to vaccination against COVID-19 has their complete scheme. The official also announced that doses will be brought for young people between 12 and 17 years old.
Jerison Vermont, Director of Promotion and Prevention of the Ministry of Health and Social Protection, delivered a report on the achievements in terms of vaccination against COVID-19 reached on the island and urged authorities and population in general to work to achieve herd immunity in the territory, this to become the first Caribbean island 100% immune against the virus.
We have a very positive result in our beloved island. Of the 53,029 people over 12 years old in San Andres, we have vaccinated 39,548 people with first doses, representing a 74% of this population group. And of this same group, 45% have already received their second dose and completed the scheme.
On the islands, the people who are already immunized are in the process are over 18 years of age, and for the population between 12 and 17 years old, the health portfolio will send the corresponding biological for the specific age group.
Aquí hay una gran tarea.
Here's a big task. We need to complete 100% of the schemes of the entire population of San Andres to achieve herd immunity, and second, effectively ensure the largest number of people vaccinated on the island.
This news agency will closely follow the date when the vaccination for children under 17 years old will be open in the department.
And as reported by Teleislas News in previous broadcastings, the second underwater cleanup day is being completed today in the Westview sector. Sylvette Mitchell is on the site following up on this story.
Hello Lisa, televiewers. Well, this activity begins 8 o'clock in the morning and it will end at 3 o'clock in the evening. The idea or the main objective of this activity is to take out of the sea 2 or more than 2 tons of garbage. This was what the port captain Rodrigo Quintero said.
En esta ocasión estamos contando con 40 buzos.
On this occasion, we are counting on 40 divers and a whole human resources staff to support the logistics of the activity of 70 people. In that sense, the idea is to do this underwater cleaning activity in the Westview sector, and we hope that as in the first one, which went very well, we managed to remove 2 or more tons of garbage from the sea, this precious treasure that the Seaflower Biosphere Reserve has.
The port captain also highlight the importance of this activity and why it should be or why it should continue here in the archipelago. He also said what was the entities or which entity is participating in this initiative.
En esta ocasión tenemos una gran participación de instituciones.
On this occasion, we have the participation of institutions in support with the participation of the Secretary of Public Services and Environment, who have put on their T-shirt and have supported this captaincy. This initiative of the port captaincy in San Andres and private sector as well has joined this initiative.
Well, Teleislas News will continue here in the West View sector to know how much garbage they get for take out of the sea, and we will be transmitting it and giving the information to the community. This is all information. Sylvette Mitchell Archibald for Teleislas News.
Thank you, Sylvette. And in other news, taxi drivers began to wear a uniform for tourists to identify them more easily and quickly. The initiative was orchestrated by the Secretary of Mobility. Let's see the following information.
Hello Lisa and Ali TV viewers, well from today, the islanders and tourists will see the taxi drivers with the new uniform. This is the facts.
Valga la oportunidad de que hoy en día los taxistas estamos uniformados.
It is worthwhile for us taxi drivers to wear uniform today, to wait for the new tourism that has come to the island after this pandemic, where the island is full of tourism. We want to present a better image to the tourists, to be dressed in uniforms properly so that the tourists can be attracted and come back.
The uniform was very good. At least it's a good advance for us. Good start out, you know. From this now we're going to many things different for better work condition airport.
Okay Lisa, and this is all information for now. For Teleislas News, Sarah Livingston, have a good day.
And in other news, the Secretary of Infrastructure announced that they are in process of marking the grids of the department's drains, which are currently without covers.
Good evening, Lisa and all the TV viewers. I say hello from here, from the town of the island, because we talked to the Secretary of Infrastructure, Abel Archibald, who told us about the maintenance and also about the signalization that they're going to make to the drainage that we have, like the one that we have behind Tui, that have a cone. We want to announce the community that they are making the maintenance of all them. Yeah. This is what the Secretary of Infrastructure told us.
One of the situations is the lack of signs and covers on the sidewalks and storm drains. We have already started the process of obtaining resources and preparing the budget, but first we have taken preventive measures of signaling, of which there are records, as well as to make known that there are situations in which cones and signs disappear by criminal hands, which are also recorded on cameras.
The Secretary also wants to tell the community that they are making actually the contratation of all the people who are going to make the maintenance of the drainage and all the ones who are in the different neighborhoods of our island. This is all the information we report from here, from the town of the island. Continue listening studio with more information.
Thank you, Alice. And now we continue with all the sport news of our department.
Hello, here are the best sports of the islands. The official rubber ball tournament begins in its 9th version in the court of La Union neighborhood. After a long break due to the pandemic, the rubber ball sport activity was reactivated with the support of the Secretariat of Sports and Infrastructure. With this reactivation, the 9th rubber ball tournament was inaugurated in the courts of the neighborhood of La Union. We talked with Pascual Salcedo, the organizer of the tournament.
I am satisfied. I am very happy because almost 2 years ago, this sport has been abandoned because of the pandemic. And today the people came in masses, especially the teams. And that for me is satisfaction as an organizer, because we have had many complications, a lot of work. But the things that are done with difficulties are those that one gives more value. The easy things, the truth is that one does not give that much value to it.
In spite of being a street game, this sport has its own hobby that traditionally delights many families in their free time, according to Olivares.
Here, recreative bolita culture. We have long time to play, but right now I feel good because we started again. We have nearly from the pandemic coming practically 1 year. No play this. And today we started, so I feel better, I feel good. I create myself. All this week I'm working, I find out there to come recreate myself, make a sport. Because we can hardly play basketball, like, couldn't play nothing. And now this thing start today, I feel good.
The friendly games are part of the training and preparation of the little baseball players. Training the children in the physical athletical part and with fundamental is of most importance for the formation of good baseball players for the future of the island. But as part of this training, scrimmage plays an important role. Professor Miguel Murillo knows this, and this is why he organized games on weekends for the young baseball players. This is how Coach Miguel Murillo puts it.
Trying to get the kids to play on the weekends, since we train from Monday through Friday. Therefore, I am training them on Saturdays from 8 in the morning until 11 or 11:30 more or less, so that the kids have some fun. It is not only about training when we are not playing tournaments. I set up these games on Saturdays among ourselves. I take 20 players from the team. I take the 9 through the 11 years olds to go against the 11 and 12 years olds. During the game is where you realize the shortcomings of the players. It is just as I tell them. When the pitcher throws the ball, everyone needs to move on the field. No one can stay static. In these games, you can realize that when the children bat and they do not make a play, I correct them. I stop the game and explain to them how they have to make the play.
I'm here with my two boys playing sport, baseball, and well, we have to support them in the sport, because if we not support them, who wants to support them? So that's the reason why they're here with them, and I expect in the future to see big baseball player.
Definitely, the friendly matches of practice games help to develop the motor skills and experience that is necessary to acquire on the formation of good baseball players, as stated by Professor Murillo. This is all in sports for the moment. I am Victor Fusalva, Teleislas News.
Thank you, Victor. Now we continue with the weather forecast. The weather forecast for today, July 29, in the coastal area of archipelago, the sky is mainly cloudy. Temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, with winds from the northeast direction with intensities of 34 km/h. Humidity forecast is at 68%, and probability of precipitation is at 4%.